FPL Game Week 7. Game Week 6 saw a lot of wildcards played and a lot of wildcard flops. Haaland blanked, Arsenal defence conceded, and Saka also blanked. But I didn't play my wildcard, and I didn't captain Haaland. So today we'll be going through my team selection on Game Week 7 and also how Game Week 6 went for me. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe. Let's get into it. What's up? It's FPL Vert, where arrows go green. And before we go through to the transfer plans that I'm lining up, and I've already confirmed one, as well as the team selection, let's go through how the team did in Game Week 6. And I can confirm it was yet again another green arrow. Yeah, it's only greens this season. I guess that's why they call me Vert. But in terms of the team, we did swap the captaincy off Haaland to Salah following news of a virus in the Wolves camp, and there was being reported that, academy player might be playing. So happy with the 10-pointer as it is a double-digit return, but it was just a penalty. And considering that Wolves, have conceded the most goals in the whole league, I was expecting a bit more. So a little bit disappointing, but I guess, in the season, in a week that you get a green arrow, you can't be too upset, I guess. Of course, Mbeumo scored in his first start in the team as well, which is great. Semenyo and Rogers scored without bonus, and we managed to bench Robinson, but I guess that's okay. Also, shout out to FPL Afro. He's a great manager. Maybe not this season, but give him a follow anyway. On to the transfer plans. So on to the transfer plans. I can confirm this has actually already happened. So Salah has actually already left the building. And mixed feelings on Salah because I've actually owned him since Game Week 4 when I sold Saka for him. Because Saka had Tottenham away and Man City away, and then Salah was going to host Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. And in that time, Saka actually outscored him, which is quite embarrassing for Salah, to be honest. And then, for the Wolves game, especially when you're hearing potentially virus, there could be academy players, I was expecting, multiple returns, really. So to just score a penalty, don't get me wrong, we're happy with the points, and that's the upside of owning a penalty taker. But I'm just not too moved. And also at 12.8 million, a lot more can be done around the squad. So I can confirm I already sold him. And while the original plan was to bring back Saka for this run, I have to say I brought in someone else, and it's Cole Palmer, of course. Yes, I know. Fresh off the 4-goal haul, 25 points. Some may call it a knee jerk, but I'm sorry, Cole Palmer, since he joined Chelsea, has been nothing short of incredible. He's already matched Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Frank Lampard, and Didier Drogba for hat-tricks scored in the Premier League. He's already got 3 hat-tricks for Chelsea in 40 appearances, and that's since the start of last season. And in terms of, players with that have scored 4 goals in a game, only Aguero has scored 4 goals in the Premier League game on more occasions than Cole Palmer, and he only joined Chelsea last season in his first full season. He is also creating a number of big chances. That's, only Saka's made more big chances than him, which is 2 more, but Cole Palmer's also had big chances himself. He's got more than double Saka's big chances. And so the original plan was actually to get Saka back in, but I'm sorry, Saka with 1 goal in 6 game weeks, it's not doing it for me. So unfortunately, I'm turning my back on Saka. So after that 2.2 million savings, selling Salah to bring in Palmer, we've also had 2 million in the bank already as well. So we've got a bit of cash to upgrade some positions. So Joao Pedro will be getting sold. We can just put this down as a complete flop. He scored 1 point in the time that he's been in the team. So we can just sell him, and I think we would have sold him anyway given the fixtures that are coming up for them. So I've got my eye on Ollie Watkins to bring in. This transfer has not actually happened yet, but it will certainly happen before the deadline. I'm just waiting for any news, any injury news, just in case there's any fires to put out. But Ollie Watkins, as I mentioned in my wildcard video, he's a very streaky player, and once he gets one, he goes on a run. He did blank against Bayern, of course, but that's totally understandable. But before then, he'd actually scored or assisted in 5 straight games for Villa, including the Champions League. And in terms of the Premier League, he's actually got 2 double-digit hauls in the last 3 game weeks. And of course, when you're hosting a Man United side that is leaking big chances game after game, I think it's a perfect entry point, if I'm honest. Just last night, when United played Porto, they conceded 5 big chances, and the week before that, they conceded 9 big chances at home to Spurs. So I think it's a very daunting trip to Villa Park for United. So here's how the team is lining up given those proposed transfers. Dean Henderson, he welcomes league leaders Liverpool in the early kickoff on Saturday. Liverpool have actually won 9 of their last 10 away games against Crystal Palace in all competitions. So it's probably best to just hope for saves or a miracle. You know, Crystal Palace did keep a clean sheet last time out against Man United, but of course Man United are a very different team to Liverpool. Gabriel Magalhaes, his 4 big chances in the last 4 game weeks leads all the defenders. So, you know, we'd be hoping for a goal here. And no side has all scored less goals than Southampton's 3 in that same time period. So clean sheet potential, let's see. But, you know, Arsenal did manage to concede 2 goals from just over 0.3 XG last week. So let's see. Trent Alexander-Arnold is Dean Henderson's opposition this week, and no defender has carved out more than his 4 big chances created. In fact, only Bukayo Saka, Dwight McNeil, Cole Palmer, and Yuri Tillmans have created more big chances across all the positions. Pedro Porro and his Spurs travel to Brighton, where Tottenham have scored at least twice in the last 3 meetings with them in all competitions. So let's hope that, you know, Porro's involved. I mean, not too set on the clean sheet, but let's see. I mean, Spurs did keep a clean sheet at Old Trafford last week, so anything's possible, I guess. Brian Mbeumo has scored in each of his home matches so far this season, and he hosts a Wolves side that have conceded the most goals in the league, with 16 goals in 6 games. So let's hope for some goals. Antoine Semenyo, my Madueke replacement back in game week 3, he has found 4 attacking returns in the opening 6 game weeks, adding a goal to his tally of 3 against Southampton on Monday. He travels to a Leicester City side that have conceded the highest XG in the league, so let's hope for some goals. Cole Palmer, he gets his first start in the team off the back of his record-breaking 4-goal dismantling of Brighton last week, as he became the first player in Premier League history to score 4 goals in the first half of a Premier League match. With 6 goals and 4 assists this season, no midfielder has more points. In fact, only Saka has more assists across all positions, and no team has scored more than Chelsea's 15. And if I said Nottingham Forest side that have conceded 2 goals in the last away trip to Brighton, and they just lost at home to Fulham, so a defence that could be targeted perhaps. Morgan Rogers, only his ex-Man City Academy teammate, Cole Palmer, has more than Morgan Rogers' 3 big chances in the last 3 game weeks amongst all the midfielders. Man United have conceded a league-high 23 big chances in their last 5 matches. That's on par with Leicester City. And they've given up 9 big chances last week at home to Spurs, in addition to 5 big chances last night against Porto. Chris Wood. While Chelsea have been, free scoring, they actually have not kept a clean sheet at home this season yet, so let's just hope for something for Wood. Erling Haaland with 6 goals in 3 home matches, including one against the league's meanest defence in Arsenal. Erling Haaland will take back the armband this week, as he hosts a Fulham side that have kept just 1 clean sheet this season, and that came last week. And they kind of took advantage of, Nottingham Forest side missing their talisman after Morgan Gibbs-White was sent off in the Brighton game the week before. Ollie Watkins gets his first start also, following his 2 double-digit returns in the last 3 game weeks in the league, and he's actually tallied 30 points in that spell. So no player has had more than his 11 big chances for the season, and he faces a Man United side in complete disarray. Ten Hag's under pressure following the 3-0 home defeat last week, and they followed that up with a 3-3 draw last night, having taken a 2-0 lead. So I believe this is a defence worth targeting for sure. So this is how the team's looking this week. We're going to have Smith on the bench. We're going to keep him for a while, as is Robinson. And that's how the team is lined up. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe. How did your wildcard go if you activated it? And what chances are you planning to move? Am I knee-jerking with Palmer, or do you believe that he's just someone just to own because he's playing at the best player in the world at the moment? I'll see you next week.